Alright. I don't know why my camera is garbage today, but I try to fix it. It's like nothing can ever, not all components can work at once. It's so annoying.
I was actually gonna say it looks literally like very crisp. It's
Really?
almost like I feel like my background looks weak. So
It looks fine, but like see how it like flickers and gets dark when I move? Is that happening on your end?
yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah,
it's doing
yeah.
that. It never did that before, and then also it's like my hand is like blurry and it's not smooth when I move. Usually this camera is 60 FPS, so it's like super smooth, but like the motion is not clean. I don't know, that just bothers me. Like I paid money for this camera so that didn't
Noticing
happen.
the little things, yeah.
Yeah, I paid money for this camera so that didn't happen and it's still happening and it never happens. It's just like, all right, so why are we doing it now? But anyways, what's it called? Welcome back to episode 3 of Leeroy's Getaway, guys. Yet again, I have no topics planned, but we'll figure it out. Let's start off. You have one planned?
I just have one. Yeah, it was just a discussion that was happening at my place of work that I would like to bring to this platform. But
Oh, wonderful.
we can talk. We'll bring it. We'll bring it later.
Okay. Let's start off with how was your week? What'd you do this week? Just work?
My week has been fantastic. My birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy belated. What'd you do?
Thank you. Honestly, just chilled. Right now, me and Lex are house sitting in West Hollywood, and it has like a pool and everything. So, man, I was just in the pool, just drinking. I literally another one, like just enjoying my life. So it was nice. I feel like an adult where it was just like doing nothing was fantastic.
Nice. That's nice. It's nice to kind of do nothing on your birthday sometimes.
100%, especially being in the middle of the week. Like it was yesterday, so it was Tuesday. So it's like you don't want to go too hard because I gotta go to work. I had to go to work today. And then like yesterday was just Monday. Like so it wasn't like a lot of space, I guess, just left to just do whatever. So it was just nice to just chill on a weekday. Now having work all the time.
Nice. I bowled in my first tournament. I know we were talking about bowling the other time, our last episode, but
go.
I think we placed. So it's a doubles tournament. So me and my teammate, we placed like 22nd out of 33, bro. These people are so freaking good. And like, granted, we didn't really bowl that well. Like I only had 1-200 the whole day. But it was my first time bowling on that type of pattern, so I didn't come in last, which is nice.
Right.
But yeah, I went with 6 of my bowling friends, and they were all like partnered up, and me and my duo placed the highest out of the people that went, and they bowl tournaments. Like everyone there bowls tournaments. That was nice to beat those guys when they thought I was going to be the worst. Bro, it was from like 12 to like 6:30, dude. Like it's 6 hours of bowling.
Jeez.
And basically how bowling works is like when you hop on a lane and you get like a couple throws on it, you're like, okay, I kind of know how this lane behaves, and you can adjust according to the information you gather. But how tournaments work apparently is you shoot one lane or one game on a lane, and then you have to move. So you have to move over to a different lane after that game. So you bowl your game. You're like, okay, I know how this lane behaves, but it doesn't matter because you're moving. So you like don't know who threw what on the lane before or on the game before, and you don't know like how the oil has transitioned, and like so basically you're constantly like figuring out and adjusting how to throw, and it's much more difficult than bowling on something that I have 300 hours of like practice on, especially when like you have to change. It's just like, first of all, it's exhausting picking up all your crap and like holding it and waiting for people to finish their game, and then like putting it down. You're like, all right, let's get it started, and then you like figure it out, and then you go to a different lane, and like you start from like square one. So it's fun though. It's definitely a cool environment where everyone is good, and like you can look at like how everyone throws, and like people have their jerseys on, and like my teammates are like, oh, I know this guy from this tournament, like his averages, and you can like look everybody's average up. But yeah, it was fun. It was like a 650 jackpot. Like whoever came first took home 650, and so there's like a good amount of money on the line, and so it was pressure. It was fun to bowl in like a highly competitive environment for the first time. So
Okay.
yeah,
So now, since we're on the topic of bowling 101, I have to ask a question.
okay.
So the last thing we talked about was the pattern that's a Christmas tree, right?
Yes.
So you're saying was each time you moved a different pattern, or it was all the same pattern, just the way people are bowling on them, like kind of like changed it?
Yeah, it's the same pattern. So I think it was like I don't know exactly what it was, but I think it was a 36-foot Abbey Road 28 milliliter, which is like the thickness of the oil, like how much of it is like in a given area, right? I guess I'm pretty sure that's what it means. But yeah, every lane starts off like before people throw on it as that pattern, the 38 foot or whatever Abbey Road, and then since people have different throws and like put their ball like on like in different shapes on the lane, the oil is going to be different on every lane by game like 2 and 3. And so by game 2 and 3, you're kind of like, you kind of have to just like keep on taking balls out of your bag and throwing them and seeing how they react and seeing which one you like. And it's, yeah. And another thing about sports shot is like, I told you about how last time they have boards, right? Like the boards on the floor of the wood. So on sports shot, your margin of error is probably like three or 4 boards. Well, on house shot, you can get away with like 5 to 9 to 10 boards of error, because the dry area on a house shot is much bigger than a sports shot. Like if I push my ball out too wide on a sports shot, it's not coming back. Like it's gonna slide into the gutter or hit the 10 pin, which is like the corner one. On a house shot, it might come back a little bit and like leave me an 8 or a 9 that I can pick up. But on a house or on a sports shot, it's gonna do nothing. And so you have to be very like consistent, and like once you find your strike, like once you throw a strike, you have to copy and paste that every time until you can't throw that anymore, and then you have to switch again. It's just, yeah, it's very exhausting to do over 6-hour period. And but yeah, it was fun. It was a different environment. It made me realize how many levels there are to bowling.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it was definitely a good experience.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Wow. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to come to one when there's like one that you feel comfortable with people coming to. No pressure.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't mind bowling in front of people. My dad was saying the same thing, that he wants to come to a bowling like either my league or a tournament. But I'd rather you guys come to a tournament because it's a little more serious and like the people are better. But it's also very like tournaments are super long. So my league is only like 3 hours long, so it's not as like grueling as a tournament is.
That's so crazy. I could never imagine playing something for so long, coming off of basketball, like you playing an hour, maybe hour and a half. It's like
Yeah,
full overtime. Everybody's calling timeouts, then like pushing 2 hours, but
yeah,
that's never like that long.
yeah.
So to
Like it's
concentrate that long, I'm sure that's also like a mental thing too.
yeah, it's like um, I struggle with like getting tired and going to sleep. I was so exhausted after that day, dude. And I still threw later that night because I was like, dude, I have to bowl like some high scores right now to redeem myself. But yeah, it was like I've never been in a competition for that long, and like it's like literally like you look down, it's like all right, I just had lunch and I'm starting my first game, and then like game 5 you're ready to have dinner, and like there's no food. There is food there, but it's like bowling alley food, and you're like, dude, I need a meal,
Right.
and like I'm hungry and I'm tired, and you're like constantly thinking of these adjustments you have to make. So yeah, it was very draining, but I gotta get used to that level. But yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
that's like definitely more endurance based. I feel like you
Yeah,
gotta
for
focus
sure.
on like lasting instead of like I said, coming off basketball. It's like you gotta, it's 100% for that full hour. Like there's
Yeah,
no
and
like if you take any like moment off, like you're
yeah,
getting
and
it.
the thing about basketball too is it's universal. Like sure some rims are like different and like but it's very slight. Like there's not anything on like court to court, especially like halftime to halftime. It's like, all right, now we raise the basket by a foot and a half. It's like it's never like once you have a spot in basketball and you know like how to shoot and you know where your green areas are, those are your green areas. Like you're gonna be comfortable in those spots. But
Right.
like imagine every quarter it's like, all right, we lowered the basket now. And then you don't even know it. It's like you have to like, wait, is the basket lower? And you have to like figure it out for
Right.
yourself. Where it's like, yeah, the ball is heavier now. Like the ball is a couple ounces heavier. It's just like imagine playing like differently every time, and it's just that's how bowling is, and that's why it's so difficult. That's why you can like I could still pop out with like 130. It's like, dude, what is this lane? Like this lane is garbage. So yeah, it's pretty fun, and that like that's another thing. Is like it never gets old. It's never like, oh, this is too easy. It's boring. Like you're constantly like figuring out how lanes behave. So yeah, it was great though. It was
Hey, well,
great.
glad you had a great time. Yes, absolutely glad you had a great time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do one of those a week because it's definitely nice to compete at that level and think of bowling in that manner. Because at the Norco thing, it's just automatic. Like it's honestly a little too easy over there now. Now that I've tried like an actual competitive environment, I need to do that more often than I go to Norco because Norco's kind of handicapping me.
Right. Well, it's just like a new challenge. Now
Yeah.
you've experienced it, and there's people of all different levels. It's not like the same folk showing up. I'm sure every day it's like people that maybe make it, honestly.
Yeah. Um, I wanted to ask you, um, so this is going to your chiropractor field. I have a
Okay.
friend. I have a
Throw it at
friend
me.
where her back is like her back all the way up to her neck is completely straight. Like you know how there's usually an arc in the spine and the neck. All of
Right,
her, like
right.
her spine is straight. Like there's no curve to it. And
Interesting.
she
Okay.
saw a chiropractor twice, and like she did hella adjustments, but I wanted to like just out of like curiosity because she showed me her X-ray, and she's like, "This is how like a spine is supposed to look," and it's like it's like it curves in like the at the top and then at the in the middle, it has like an arc, and hers is like complete. I was
Right, right.
like, yeah, my like hip, like basically my whole skeleton hurts because of it. I'm like, so how do you fix that? Is that like constantly adjustments like over and over, like consistently going and making adjustments, or is it even like fixable?
I mean, something like that is more genetic or like anatomical. So you can't really like adjusting it constantly is not gonna do a lot to it. If anything, like you're just trying to get that patient like more out of pain. So like I would address muscle tissue. I would address like to just get those muscles to relax because like they're obviously not working in the normal way that they should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not gonna all of a sudden create a curve that's not there anymore. Like that's just
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
like
I was wondering
impossible.
if you like constantly just bend the spine, if it would like just naturally start to curve over time, but I guess not. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, not really. The biggest thing you would be trying to do is just to get her like out of pain and to not, because I'm sure she probably has so many muscle spasms and just like things that just like suck for her. And so
Yeah.
it would be more trying to address those, but you're not going to really change like skeletal positioning like that. Not to that extent. There's yeah, you'd have to add some type of magic to it.
Damn, that's tough. Yeah, I was like, maybe like if you get like a like just go to the chiropractor consistently, you can start curving your spine. And I guess not. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, the adjustment that we do is such a minor like movement in
Yeah.
your it's not it would have to be so much more force that you would possibly risk fracturing her vertebra to be honest.
Damn. Yeah, she said like her pelvis is like tilted and like cuz her spine is straight, like all her bones are like not symmetrical. And so her body like she gets super tired because her body is working like harder to
So
balance her
hard.
neck and stuff, and like just to like walk, and it's just like, dude, that's insane. Like she's like, yeah, that's why I'm always like sleepy by like 7, because like throughout the day I'm just like my body's working so hard just to like stand upright. It's like, bro, that's tough.
Oh, yeah, that's a rough one. Yeah, no, you there's so much more that you would have to address than just her spine being straight. That
Damn.
oh my god, that's unfortunate. I wish her the best of luck. I really do. I really do, because that sounds horrible. And I am sorry. And if you ever see this, I hope please get a massage. Just take care of yourself. You need it. Because yikes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was the first time I was like, oh yeah, I've actually never noticed that like spines are not straight. Like they're not.
At all.
That's yeah.
That's why sitting's so bad for you because it puts your spine in like so how that like bottom curve is,
Uh-huh.
and then you sit, it just like is pushing it more into like that curve, and it's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah, like when
That's
I
why you get those herniations and stuff, or like how people say slip disc. Like it's always like the lower back usually.
so like this chair like has like a this headrest and stuff, and then it has like an adjustable thing that I can push into my lumbar. Am I supposed to push that really far into my lumbar or to like exaggerate the curve, or am I supposed to like straighten it out?
It would be like so if you were to sit straight in your chair, right, and you were to imagine that the very top of your head, like you're trying to get that to reach the ceiling. I would
Okay.
adjust your lumbar headpiece to, or not headpiece, your lumbar piece to that position right there, and then leave it because that's always gonna put you in the right position.
Uh, I see it. There's a little bit of space. Yeah, because when
And
I
that's always gonna put you in the right position from there.
I find myself when I like when I'm playing and stuff, I don't really sit like on the back of the chair. Like I naturally sit up and like have a lot of like curve my back for some reason. Like I naturally like to have that like my back bent backwards. I don't know why. But like when I shower and stuff and I like look at myself in the mirror and I turn sideways, like my back is like extremely like curved now. Like my shoulders are like behind like my heels. Like it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work on that for sure.
Damn. Damn.
It's just like over time. So just like anything, like so there's this wow, I'm about to get really anatomical, so if it
Do
doesn't
it.
make sense,
Do
please
it.
let me know.
Do it.
So overnight, basically the discs between your vertebra like rehydrate. So it's just like imagine like you had a like
Are you talking about the
a towel.
cartilage or what's the disc?
It's like it's a form of cartilage, but you have like a nucleus that's like liquid, and then you have
Right.
surrounding nerves that are more like spongy.
Mm-hmm.
So those all get filled with like liquid when you go to sleep.
Okay.
Like it's literally if you just literally imagine like anything like a jelly donut, anything like just being pressed over time, and then
Hmm.
like it's like all the stuff squirts out. But
Yeah.
then if you're to make a new one, it's like it comes back, right?
Yeah.
So over time throughout your day, they're just slowly like getting smaller, just because and sitting have. So if you've ever like driven super early in the morning and like the rearview mirror is like you'll feel tall, and then by the end of the day you like adjust it low key like to because now you feel like
Oh,
smaller. Yeah, so that's why you adjust it then because now you feel like smaller. You're not sitting as high. So like
that's
one of the things that we
interesting.
talk about, yeah, in chiropractic, don't adjust your rearview mirror. You adjust your body to it because now you're gonna sit the same height that you were sitting that morning.
Yeah, I always wondered. I'm like, dude, I'm not growing by like I'll sit in the car sometimes and like I can see nothing out the like I can't even see the window. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
how is this like who drove this car? Like, and no one drove it. And like that's so weird. Like sometimes when I'm like driving in the morning, my back and like my tailbone hurt so bad. And I was like, why does this hurt sometimes and like sometimes it doesn't? Like it just doesn't make like when I drive later at night for long distances, it's fine. But in the morning I have to drive somewhere early, my back like usually hurts. And I'm like, what does this mean? What is happening? I assume that the chair
Because you're
just sucks
actually sitting
sometimes.
straight. Yeah, no, it's because you're actually sitting straight in the morning, but at night you're like you've already sat in those comfortable positions. You already been game so long or whatever it is, or work whatever it is, and you're crouched now. So now
Uh-huh.
you're just sitting there. You're in your comfortable position. But in the morning, it's like your back, your spine, like everything is like at 100%.
Interesting. Interesting. I kind of want to get into cuz I haven't really heard this story from you, but how did you discover that you wanted to do what is the practice called? Chiropractics?
Chiropractic. Yeah.
How did you get into that and know that like this is what I want to do? And when was that period?
Oof. So I want to say I got into the medical field or like wanting to get into the medical field later, late high school, and definitely in my undergrad because I played college. I mean, I played basketball throughout college. And so, like, I was seeing athletes. As an athlete, when you're in high school or college, you think the only way that you're going to heal is to go to the athletic trainer.
Uh-huh.
Like that's your go-to person. You know what I mean? Like you're like unless it's really bad, do you go to the doctor? But like if you get hurt in practice or whatever, you're going to the athletic trainer.
Yeah.
And like the an athletic trainer is not built to cure your problem. They're
Uh-huh.
the band to things. Like if you roll your ankle super bad and your ligaments are incredibly stretched out, taking it next game is not healing it. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You get where I'm
Yeah.
going with that?
Yeah.
So I was like, there's this like gap. Like I'm like, why am I going to this person and I'm not, literally not being healed? I'm just like being taped, like to
Yeah.
go play through pain. Like that's where you learn to just go play through pain because they're just gonna tape you, or like whatever, or put a like a brace on it, and you're just gonna
Yeah.
go play through pain. Like even though you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So that I wanted to be more into like sports in the medical field because of that. Because I'm like, I feel like I can help like these athletes who are not getting the correct care,
Uh-huh.
just because like they're not going to like the right folks. Pretty much
Yeah.
is like how I thought about it. So I wanted to originally be a surgeon, like an orthopedic surgeon. That an orthopedic surgeon specifically deals with like muscle tears and like bone fractures and things of that nature. Like I
Uh-huh.
didn't want someone's life to be in my hands like
Yeah.
that. Like I wanted to be, I wanted to like fix your ACL, bro. Like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to like do your heart surgery,
Yeah. Yeah.
But then like in undergrad, I was like taking these classes and practice classes, and I realized I absolutely hate blood and other people's liquids and like fluids. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm really weird about it. Like I don't like other people's saliva. I don't like other
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was just like germs and everything. Like I was just not into it at
Yeah.
all. So I'm like, okay, so then from there, your options are you could do physical therapy or you could do chiropractic. And then I realized that chiropractic for me was, I felt like a little bit more beneficial to doing what I want. because like therapy is really like just giving people exercises, which I mean, not knocking anybody doing physical therapy. It's an amazing, it's an
Yeah.
amazing field. But like at the same time, you're a glorified trainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're getting
Yeah.
paid
Yeah.
to doing exercises. You know what I mean? But like with chiropractic, I feel like there is a healing component trying to get to the cause of things. Like there's a whole exam that I go through to try to figure out like what's the cause of it, and then I address the cause from there. And I just never thought about just medicine that way because we're
Uh-huh.
taught to like take a pill, right? You get a headache, take Excedrin,
Yeah.
take Tylenol. You
Yeah.
get sick, take Theraflu, like that stuff. But like your body can also heal itself if you give it the right proper care to do that. And I
Yeah.
felt like that like chiropractic lies, and there's like so many other holistic parts of it that or other just like professions that also take care of that, but like that's kind of like the full picture. Like it's really like a your body healing itself approach, which we
Yeah.
don't get in like regular
Yeah.
physics.
It's really not that popular, and I've always been interested in like starting to see the chiropractor, because I've always been that type of person, and I've always seen like chiropractic of that type of medicine where the body's healing itself. Like when I'm sick, I don't really take medicine unless like I absolutely need to, like I have something to do and I don't like want to feel those symptoms. But
Right.
like I've always been the type of person to be like kind of like have you seen The Office?
Oh yes, I'm
Okay,
literally
so
watching it right
you
now.
you
That's
know
in my feed.
you know how Dwight is always like trying to get like he's like, oh, have you seen the part where he's like, we should actually have hand desanitizing stations around the office, and he's like, what is that? He's just like, just a bowl of dirt. Like dip your hands into the dirt and like mix it around. Like your body. I feel like we baby our bodies with like this medicine too often, and I feel like it's like
100%.
yeah, it's kind of like defeats the body's ability to defend itself, because it's always like relying on like getting this outside help. So that's why like when like I rarely get sick, and like if I do, like my body kills that like immediately. Like or like something I'll do instead is like instead of taking medicine, I'll just like I'll try to sweat out whatever I have, and
Right.
try to do that. And I guess that's kind of like a double-edged sword, because right now I'm just expecting my knee to heal itself, and I probably just need to get a new knee at this point. But yeah, I've always just like I don't know. I like Rio's the perfect example. This man, I don't think I've seen Rio not sick. Like he's just constantly sick, and like just like getting everyone else sick. And I'm like, dude, you honestly just need to like just stop taking medicine and let your body like catch up, because your immune system is obviously weakened. Like you gotta train that somehow, and like you're just hurting it further. Like you're getting everyone else sick. Like just deal with it, and suck it up. But yeah, like because chiropractic is basically just like it's kind of just like keeping the skeleton like in its like in the shape that it's supposed to be, right?
I mean, yeah, yeah, for the like the adjustments part, yeah, it's like it's pretty much helping it provide motion that we don't do, or things that like because if we think about it, we all are on our phones, looking at computers, whatever. So our head is literally just like forward all the time.
Yeah,
So like we're able to bring that motion back to like it being straight and your chin being back and all that. So it's just yeah, it really is your body healing itself.
damn, interesting.
It's
That's
crazy.
I never knew that you wanted to be in the medical field since like high school. That's crazy
Yeah,
that
just
you guys know that early.
I mean, yeah, for certain people, yeah, I guess you just kind of feel it, and I just always knew I wanted to help people,
Yeah,
and so like it just kind of continued from there, and like with that, like I said, with athletics and everything, it was just like I feel like I know where I can find where I can fit in and what's like missing in this world. Like my boss, bro, sometimes like she actually blows my mind. She knows like oils, like vitamins, like to tell people like whenever they tell them, she'll be like, "Oh, you need to take this like frankincense, blah blah blah," and people literally come back feeling like 100% better, like damn near cured. And these are like herbs and like literally, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, like rub this." Somebody's having muscle cramps or stomach cramps. Like, she's like, "Oh yeah, rub this like every 2 hours on your stomach," and then like they come back like, "Oh yeah, I'm good now." I'm just like, bro, what? Like this is crazy, and it's just the oil. Like it's just from the earth.
Yeah.
But like anyone else who they may give you a muscle relaxer or something like that, which is like man-made, like not good for you. It's just like masking the, but yeah, just stuff like that. So even just seeing her, I'm like, bro, I'm sure there's like a whole new world of like, just there's ways that you can heal yourself. And like people used to call them crazy, like older people, how they used to have, like if you had a flu, you literally would get like a pot of water, like lemon, ginger, and like boil it and literally just put like a cover over you. There, I'm sure I'm missing something, like mint, whatever, and put like a cover and just inhale it, and you would just be like good the next day.
What the heck?
It's crazy, but we've like gone so far off of that, and like that's like considered like voodoo stuff and things like that. But like it's literally natural things from the earth. Why would it not help you?
Yeah, I need to learn.
It doesn't make money.
Yeah, exactly. I need to learn more of that because I really don't trust like the American healthcare system like at all. Like it's really just a money grab, and like they try to. It's kind of like a membership. It's like, all right, this is your it's literally, it's like prescription subscription. It's like the same thing. It's like, all right, here's your subscription, and this is not really gonna help you. This is gonna make you reliant on this, so I can keep getting paid and keep on signing like prescriptions, and because that's how they get their like part of their like checks. And it's kind of like how police are like they try to hit their ticket quota every whatever, however that works. It's just like it feels like the same thing where it's like, bro, you're not even like, perfect example, my bowling teammate probably needs to see your people because he has a hurt wrist, right? And the doctor told him to ice it when he first went in. He told him to stop bowling for 2 to 3 months, and he did. And he told him to ice it, and he gave him like ibuprofen or something like that. And this man is still hurt. He's been hurt for like 6 months. And I was like, bro, honestly, like I would go to like someone that doesn't even have like a building, like someone in like the woods somewhere. I don't know, like look it up on Reddit or something. Because I went to my doctor and for my knee, and I was like, yo, my meniscus is hurting. And he's like, well, where do you feel the pain? I was like, it's like dead center in my knee. And he's like, well, if it's your meniscus, you would feel it on the sides. And he's like, it could be, and he didn't even know like what tendon it was. And I was like, well, what is it then? Like, I want to know like what to tell when I go to like, get an X-ray or a scan or whatever. I want to be able to know what is wrong with it, so I could just tell him. And he's like, oh, I'll just give you some like what is it, anti-inflammatories to take. And basically it's just like on the pill bottle it says take 2 a day for pain as needed. It's like, bro, this is Tylenol. Like I don't need this. Like I need someone to fix my tendons, like, or tell me what is wrong with them and how to fix them myself. Like I don't need pills. But yeah, chiropractic is I feel like it should be a lot more appreciated, and I feel like it's getting that appreciation now because everyone's starting to wake up and see that America is like just a cash grab for pretty much everything they do. So hopefully your field becomes the norm and blows up. But I don't know. People love their hospitals and doctors, nurses and stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. And there's a place for everything, right? Like my field is definitely like maintenance care. Like it's somebody that you should see like just kind of regularly just to keep your body going well. Like I'm not gonna cure cancer. That's when you need that Western medicine. That's when you need all that stuff. Like so there's like a place for everything, but we've lost that. Like even Chinese medicine, like acupuncture, like there's like a blood cupping acupuncture, which is crazy, and it like literally gets all these toxins out of your body, and like it's they literally like do fire and they put in a cup, they stick it on your skin, and then like they search for the area that like those, and then you're like, oh, that one. Then they like puncture your skin and just all that like your blood, bro. It looks so thick and nasty. You can just tell it's just badness just leaving your body. Should just be something that's regular, right? But they're just gonna give you, like you said, ibuprofen or whatever, like muscle relaxer, and that's not doing anything for like the actual cause of the problem.
Yeah, and I bet that like that isn't even like a hard thing to learn. Like I feel like everyone should be able to do that themselves. Like just to be able to wake up and be like, "Hey, yo, can you like detox me real quick?" Like I feel like that should be basic information, because like that would make everyone feel better, make like everyone more productive, and it's just like, I don't know. World's so weird. It's like so easy to think about, but I don't know. I guess we're just too far in the capitalist like greed direction that it's too late, I guess.
Oh, percent. Money rules the world, and especially in America, like it's crazy. Like to give you a quick side story about just the old time, because like how you said, I feel like people should be able to know how to do it, like just wake up like we used to, like we used to know this stuff, but we like have gone so far off. And like, so when I was taking one of my like final tests, like licensed, and I met this guy, and he was telling me how he went on a Royal, I kid you not, he said he was in like India for 2 months, didn't spend a dime, was just adjusting people. And they were giving him food, they were giving him places to stay, because they just like believe in like whole living. And like, and he said he like literally didn't pay like damn near for anything. Like people were taking him where he needed to go, like everything, just like to be adjusted and treated by him, which is like so not where like America is like going in any like from.
I've heard like a lot of like things on TikTok where it's like these herbs and stuff like that, but it's just like, dude, first of all, where do you find this? Like, I'm not an alchemist. Like, how do you like, you just get like a little bowl and mash it up? Like, I just like, how does this stuff work? I feel like we should like, this should be basic information for everybody, but doesn't make any money. You're right. Healthy people,
yeah, no,
you can't make money.
School, for real.
Yeah, you can't make money off of healthy people. It's unfortunate.
Big pharma, this probably isn't going to be able to go onto YouTube because we're talking about big pharma.
Screw them, bro.
Big pharma rules the world. Literally.
We know that if this video gets taken down, that we can sue them for what's it called? Infringement of which amendment is it? It's the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Yeah,
freedom of speech and press. I want pharma to take this video down. You can't just infringe on the Constitution like that. We'll get a fat paycheck.
I feel like, okay, bet. We'll just catch you at your next bowling tournament. Don't leave by yourself.
My next prescription, I slip something in that.
Yeah. Hey, you've been talking mess. We gotta give him. He's about to be patient X or whatever. You're about to have some new disease nobody's ever heard of, bro.
Hey, I'll trade it for a healthy knee, man. I feel like it's been so long now, dude. And I just, like, I forgot what it's like to be athletic. Like, I love running and I love sprinting. And I haven't sprinted in months. And I haven't ran around in months. And I haven't played basketball in months. And it's just, like, I'm getting by with just my bowling. But it sucks sometimes, man. Like, when I'm driving and it starts to really hurt. And, like, it feels like a guitar string, like, vibrating. And it's just like, bro, like, I need to get rid of this crap. But, like, these guys are just giving me pills. It's just like, bro, at least refer me to someone that actually knows what to do. Because I don't want to, like, for my teammates' case, I don't want to just, like, walk in, spend all this time and money doing appointments, getting x-rays, just for him to give me Tylenol in the end. It's like, dude, I need actual help. Like, I'm over this knee crap. It's so annoying. I want to be healthy again and be able to run and jump, and it's unfortunate, man. Yeah. It's so unfortunate.
No, this is where you need to see a physical therapist. See, everybody has a place. I promise you, like in the healthy, holistic way, everybody has a place, and this is where you need because you need to strengthen your quads, your hamstrings, your calf. You need to go through like ligament exercises. Like these are all things that you need to do, but your doctor is not, your MD is not going to give you that. It's
Mm.
and unfortunately most of the time your insurance does not cover it, so you end up having to pay out of pocket, which is so crazy, right? Like just nuts. Like, oh, if this is good for you, you have to pay for it yourself. Like, all right, I guess. But yeah, that's where you need to find either like a sports chiro or a PT so they can give you those. I really wish you lived closer so you could come to where I'm at. I would be able to help you, but Corona's a push.
Dude, for a better knee, I will make that push. Do you advise? Well, honestly, if you think that like coming to you would actually like help, and you can refer me to someone, then I'll do that. But do you think I should at least like I should find out what it is, and then just like do my own research of how to like? Because I don't really need a physical therapist if I know what it is, right? Like I could just look up what to do for said injury.
Uh, that's kind of like a double-edged sword kind of thing where yes, you do need to know what it is. Granted, whether it's ACL, PCL, MCL, LCL, menisci, if it's not a serious tear, then a lot of times you can rehab yourself back to normalcy without like getting any surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But you need like a progression of things. So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like yes, if you knew what it was and you just looked up what to do, you may be doing something that is heavily intense to like and hurt you instead of somebody like giving you like the beginning of it and you graduating to that just because you don't know what that progression is, if that
And
makes sense.
if it was a bad tear, I would feel it like constantly, right? Like
Yeah, you would feel like a tingling sensation. You would feel like uneasy on your. I'm sure you like feel uneasy in general, but like just walking regularly, you would feel uneasy. You would feel like a severe like movement in your knee where you're just like, bro, yeah, no, like I'm unstable. Like this is unsafe. Like,
yeah,
and I
I
should
can
go
I
see someone.
can I can still like obviously I'm much slower, but I could still sprint at like a pretty decent speed. I can still jump. I can like make some cuts. I think it's honestly just the lateral movement that is like the most like damaging to it, like cutting sideways and stuff.
Right.
I haven't done that in a while because I haven't had the need to, but like I can still jump around and like walk. Like when I walk around, I don't really limp. I used to, but I don't limp anymore. It's honestly when it's bent at a 90 degree for like more than 30 minutes straight. Like when it doesn't get flexed out and like not exercised, then it starts to really hurt. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And
Gotcha.
then
Yeah.
I got a new brace that like pushes on like this. Oh, hold on. Like it pushes like down into this part when I put it on.
Yeah.
So it pushes in here and then pushes in above, and that like really like locks in like my kneecap and like it makes it feel a lot better than my old brace. So
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's getting better because like I'm not limping anymore, and like I said, I can jump around and stuff, but I also don't really do much on it besides bowl, so I don't really know.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely think you need like an exercise progression.
Hmm.
And I think that would help you a lot. Honestly, it's just like anything. If you stop doing it, it's gonna stop hurting. And then once you start ramping up exercise again, then it's gonna hurt again. So it's
Yeah,
like you're like stopping doing things is not. It's just like taking a pill. You're not really you're not helping anything. You're just stopping the pain.
yeah.
That's it. But it's not actually helping like what actually caused it.
Damn, maybe me and Justin will come see you because we're both getting freaking fisted by our doctors. Seriously.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We'll talk more about that off the podcast because that's something that's something I've been doing recently. Like before, it's like, all right, cool, 4 or 5 month injury. Like it's my kneecap. It's whatever. Like I'm not supposed to heal this fast. But like Now it's just like I'm pissed off. Like I'm mad. Like I like when I wake up and like my knee's been bent and it hurts and it's like, oh my god, like it's so annoying. And then like sometimes it doesn't hurt and then I forget about it and then I try to like do something. It's like, oh crap, I forgot. I'm slow. Like that
Right.
sucks, bro. I've never been slow in my life and now I'm like unathletic. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And the most annoying part is it's like it's not hurt severely. Like I could
Right.
still hit leg day and do like the quad raises and like hamstring workouts. Like I can do my normal leg day, the full hour and a half workout, like my normal weights. Like I don't have to lower my weight for my left leg and it doesn't hurt. And like it's just like very come and go. It's so weird. It's like not consistent
Yeah.
at all.
Well, that's because that's your muscles and it's a ligament problem, which are two different things to address. So you're gonna be, I mean, yes, it all works together, but yeah, you're gonna be able to do a leg day pretty normally and everything because that your quads are fine, your hamstrings are fine. It's the ligament that's in your knee that's the problem, and so that's why you need like a exercise progression and you need like ligament exercises because you need to strengthen that ligament.
Got it. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll text you about that off the podcast
For sure.
and really plan this out because I'm over it, and I know Justin's over his wrist hurting because a knee injury in bowling, like I can get away with that, but like the wrist injury in bowling is
Yeah.
like he might as well not have an arm. Like
That's
that's like
kryptonite,
yeah,
huh?
it's literally like crippling him. And yeah, I know he's over it, so I'll talk to him about it and maybe we'll both come see you. But do you have a movie of the week? Did you watch a movie last week?
I didn't. I've been really just watching The Office, and so I'm terrible. I will take the L on that one. I did not.
That's
watch
fine.
a
We don't
movie.
have the glasses for it anyway, so it's all right. But I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 twice.
I've been hearing it's
Um,
great.
I wouldn't say okay. It's not bad. It's not a bad Marvel movie. Definitely go watch it. It's definitely good. It's definitely a good ending to that trilogy. Again, it's like I don't know, man. I don't know what it is with Marvel, but like they just lost that I don't know, like that umph they had. Like I remember going to watch Marvel movies and like never like losing my investment in the film. Like always like on the edge of my seat, like listening to dialogue and like really breaking down characters. I feel like in this one, because I think the runtime is like 2.5 hours. I think they're not optimal with their runtimes. Like there's a lot of stuff that they can cut out, and there's a lot of stuff in this Guardians where it's like this feels like Disney. Like I don't like this. Like because
Right.
it just feels like you could tell that Disney is making this movie. But again, it's really funny. They give the characters all good endings and they close out the trilogy pretty well. I would definitely go see it. It was refreshing to see a good Marvel movie because I mean I saw it twice, so I paid to see it 2 times. So it wasn't like it wasn't terrible. But yeah, it's just that phase 1 through 4. I don't think we're ever getting that back. It just doesn't feel the same. Like you can clearly tell that it's not the same going in. But yeah, it's I would definitely go watch. Have you seen the last or the first two?
I have seen the first two.
Okay, yeah. It's not
I've
really
watched this third one.
yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is not really tied into the rest of the MCU. Like it is, but it's
Right.
kind of like its own thing. So, yeah, I would definitely go see that. Fast and Furious is coming out, I think, this week. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I've been past that. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
It's
I
one of
honestly-
those movies at this point. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
cars are jumping out of spaceships. Like,
Yeah,
what's happening?
I'm
Like, this isn't real.
I'm gonna probably see it on like a $5 night just to get a good laugh because those movies are so funny to me now. Like it's hilarious to see those movies.
Cars literally driving up buildings. Like, what? How? Like,
Dude,
it's just like, what is going
There's
on?
in the trailer of this new one, he gets like so he's driving. You know how Dom always drives those muscle cars.
Right.
There's like 2 helicopters following him, and they both like harpoon gun his car. like to like anchor him and like stop him from moving. And he's on the freeway, right? And like it's like a bridge freeway. So like there's a freeway up here, and there's a freeway down here, and he
Right.
ramps off this freeway while harpooned and lands on this one, and like causes the helicopters to like smash into each other from like and then the debris, like the body, like the chassis of the helicopter, like lands on the freeway, and he starts drifting like on the freeway to like basically like slam the helicopter into the other cars that are like chasing him. And the trailer ends with like the Aquaman guy, what's his name, Jason Momoa,
Yeah, or
something
Manoa, something like that.
something like
yeah.
that. He's like calling Dom. He's like, so you hit me with the helicopter, ow. And it's just like, this movie's going to suck. This movie's gonna be so bad. I can't wait to laugh at this crap. I'm gonna get some nachos and a Coke, and I'm gonna have a blast with this terrible dialogue and this terrible physics, bro. It's so bad.
And the bad guy is always this deep, raspy voice, right? Like I've heard it, like that Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Like, you will never drive again. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Bruh.
Like, it's
I
just
knew
so unrealistic.
I knew they were on something when, like, I think it's Fast Furious 5 where Dom, like, punches the ground and the parking garage collapses or something like that. And it's like, oh, okay, so we're the Avengers now.
We're
Like,
doing superheroes, right?
And then, like, the same movie, there's, like, a torpedo sliding on the ice. And, like, torpedoes are massive. Like, they're as long as, like, buses. And the
Right.
Rock, like, literally pushes it, like, off its trail. It's like, dude, that's like 4 tons. Like, you're not moving that. Like, you're never in any other world. You're not moving that at all. Like, who shoots that? Looks at it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna keep that in. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
who's directing these movies? It's so bad.
They're not
But
talking to anybody that knows physics. at all.
Nobody,
they're
bro.
Like, they're like, bro, you know physics? Get the hell out of here.
yeah, it's like,
It's not where you belong.
that doesn't make sense. He's like,
like,
we're
yeah,
not.
you're
You're on the wrong business for making sense, G. We have to make 13 movies about cars. Like, we're running out of ideas. Like,
Literally, no, they lost me when I don't even remember which number this was, but this was like the very first, either the very first or second one that The Rock like joined, and they're dragging this money, like it's like this big money crate that that you can just not, like a car's just not dragging it just down the street.
yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, what's happening? Yeah, you guys, I'm not participating anymore. Like, if
And
I
then
catch it on, like, that's it. But I'm not. You don't have me.
Yeah, and then they're jumping from building to building, like in Dubai. Like, I was like, bro, like how many? What's your wanted level right now? Like, you must have 5 stars. Like, how are you not in federal prison by now? Like, you're terrorists. Like,
Like, how is the glass not breaking? Also, the glass of the car. Like, how is the car just fine? No scratches on the paint.
Yeah.
Like, just busting through cinder blocks, and it's just like, oh yeah, the tires are fine. I know you guys are lying because California potholes pop tires. Left
on
and right.
God, in my first year of my Honda, I had like 4 flat tires, and I didn't even drive it that much. I was like, bro, what the heck? I need their mechanics, dude. They're steel wheels.
Literally.
But yeah, Guardians, definitely go see Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna try to see Fast and Furious just so I can have something to rant about.
Okay.
Also,
The one my eyes on right now, that's a crazy, like, it's based on a true story, and it's on Peacock right now. It's called Cocaine Bear.
dude,
It's a true story.
my
about-
dad watched that. Yeah, my dad.
See it.
My dad went to go see that. I was like, dude, how was that crap? And he's like, it was so bad. I was like, I mean, what'd you think? It's about a bear on cocaine and like killing people. Like, what the heck? He's like, yeah, it was super gory for no reason. I was like, oh, that's probably like, I don't know, like some GTA fan just wanted to make like a bloody movie, I guess. I don't know. But that's on Peacock. I actually do kind of want to see that if it's free. Might as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a peek. I got to. It just looks fun. Like, the trailer just looks like, what? Somebody was on acid.
Yeah,
This,
no, seriously,
100%.
either acid or cocaine. But my dad told me he's gonna go see that. I was like, you're spending money on that movie? He's like, no, I get 3 free movies a week, so I might as well use it. was like, dude, you're still spending gas like to drive and see that. Like, there's no way I would ever do that. But you should also. I feel like I mentioned this last time, but you should get into David Fincher, bro. The director. He does Fight Club, Seven, and Gone Girl. Dude.
Okay, I have seen Gone Girl.
You've seen Gone Girl?
And that shit was crazy.
Dude,
That was a crazy
I always thought Gone Girl was like a romantic, like a romance movie, so I never like saw it. And it's on HBO Max right now, and I watched it I think like a week and a half ago. That crap was good. It's nuts, right? Yeah. I was like, oh, this is not a romance movie. And he's like, because BG gave me a list of movies to watch, and he's like, oh yeah, you should watch Gone Girl. It's by David Fincher too, if you like Fight Club and Seven. And I was like, oh, it's by David Fincher. Like he directs like romance movies too. He's like, it's not really like, it's about like a husband and wife, but it's not a romance movie. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. I was like, yeah, he's right. This is not a romantic movie at all. It was good though, bro. He's good. Seven and Fight Club. Honestly, I would say Fight Club is amazing. I would say that's his best that I've seen. And then I would say Gone Girl and I would put Gone Girl at second because just the whole the movie as a whole, like the ending is better to me. And then Seven is like a really good act 1 and 2, and then act 3, like the ending. The ending's still good, but it's like when the movie finishes, it's kind of like it kind of leaves you like empty, you know, like Gone Girl. What's the ending of Gone Girl? They're like they're back together, but like it kind of ends like on like a cliffhanger, like they're back together and like they have a completely they have a completely different relationship, and I don't really remember the last scene, but it leaves you. It's like, oh crap! What's how does that play out? And once you it makes you like want more. And Seven, it's kind of like damn, what a plot twist, but also like, all right, it's over. Like you know, but yeah, definitely watch Fight. Have you seen Fight Club?
I haven't, so that's one I'll have to put on the.
Yeah, Fight Club and Seven are both on HBO Max. They're phenomenal. They're so good.
Okay. I gotta ask, how big did your mind explode, or were you like jaw drop when you found out that sorry, spoiler if anybody hasn't seen Gone Girl, when you found out that this lady was alive and like planned the whole thing?
Yeah,
like,
it's good. It's that story's so like. It's portrayed so well because Ben Affleck is like, he's that awkward character. He has that, you know, he has the affair, and it's like, did this guy like kill his wife or like,
right?
Like, what is happening? And you kind of like pin him as like the bad guy at first, but you're also not sure, like, because at the same time, like the wife is clearly alive, and like you start like figuring out that she's crazy, and you're kind of like, okay, like whose side am I like my on? The coolest moment for me was when she was living with Neil Patrick Harris's character. I forget his name, but remember she moved in with
what?
Yeah, she moved in. Yeah, she moved in with him, and then like, you know, they're about to have sex, and like she just like cuts his throat, and I'm like, oh, she's insane. She's literally just off someone. Like, she's insane. But yeah,
no, he's just liking her and accepting her, and literally gave her a house to live in, and he died for like opening his door to her.
L man's
crazy.
But yeah, I was very surprised because I didn't know the story of the movie at all. Like, I haven't seen any trailers. I've heard nobody talk about it. And so I just went into it, and I was like, all right, what's this about? And like the first like hour, it's like, damn, like, yo, is Ben Affleck like really, like, did he really like offer? And then what, like, I think the turning point for me was when he finds all the crap in the garage. And it's like
Right.
Yeah, and his sister's garage, and like he's like, why would I didn't buy like any of this, and yeah, it's just it was amazing movie. I low-key want to watch it again because I can't really like I can't really draw scenes and like draw evidence like I want to because I've only
Yeah.
seen it once. But yeah, I definitely want to look at that more analytically because when I'm watching a movie for the first time, like I'm analyzing it, yeah, but at the same time, like I'm just paying attention to the story and like the characters and stuff like that. But when I watch it a second time, I'll pay more attention to like the actual chemistry and like how the movie was actually
Right. The
made.
movie. For
Yeah.
sure. Because then you
But
get the foreshadows, because like
yeah,
sometimes like when you watch it the first time you don't understand the foreshadowing yet, but then you watch it again, you're like,
dude, you know
oh,
what's the
like
best?
okay.
The best piece of fiction that I've seen for foreshadowing is by far Attack on Titan, bro. I've seen that show like I've seen that show I think 5 times. Like watched it from start to where they're at now, and there's stuff in like episode 1, dude, that like it's disgusting how far out because Attack on Titan's been on for 10 years I think, and like episode 1,
Oh no way.
yeah, you're seeing like he has like when he's sleeping under like the first scene is like him sleeping under the tree, and he has like these like random like it gets very eerie and like there's like blood on the screen, there's like random flashes of clearly where he's not, and it's like what the heck was that, like
Right.
when you're watching that it's like what the hell, and then you're watching season 4 now it's like oh that's where he is like now, like it's just oh it's so crazy. Wait, I forget,
I'll have to watch it again.
you're on season 4, right?
I think I finished it. I'd have to look actually. Let me look really quick because I think I finished it because I think I'm at the part where it's like the last episode that I was on was like it's like multiple chapters in that one episode, which I think is the finale. No.
It's not a finale, but okay, you're caught up. I don't know if you remember, but this is like in season 3 where it's like nighttime and they're all on the castle tower, or not all of them. It's Reiner, Ymir, Historia, Bertolt, and Connie, and they're all on the castle tower. And it's when you first discover that Ymir's a Titan. Do you remember that part?
Not off the top of my head, but the more you talk, I may.
Okay, so like they don't have their gear, and they're also like they're with I think 4 soldiers that have their gear. But basically the point I'm getting at is when you see that for the first time, because the Beast Titan walks by them, right?
Okay.
The monkey one, and everyone's like, "What the heck is that?" Because they haven't seen that Titan before. But Bertolt and Reiner are especially scared because they know who is inside that Titan, and they're like crap, like why is he here? He's supposed to be in our hometown. Like he shouldn't be here with us. Like we're in trouble basically. And so you could see everyone's like shocked, and then their face is like extra shocked, and then you could see like for a split second, Ymir, because she also knows because she ate her friend and she got his memories, right?
Right.
So she also knows, and she's looking at Reiner and Bertolt like because she knows their identities, but you could see like it's not it's not like just her face only. She's like on the left, and you could see her like glance over and like look like weirdly at them. But there's just so many hidden things. Like adult Aaron, is in like I think season 2 or season 1 when they first get like attacked by the Titans. You could see him like leaning against the wall in the background, like watching his younger self. And it's just like,
No way.
yeah, it's crazy, bro. So I would advise, like, once you're done watching, maybe wait to, because it's about to come out and I think finish. Once you finish it, I would watch it over again and watch how much stuff you pick up on now. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just looked and saw that. Yeah, I'm on like the final chapters of
Yeah.
It's like season 4, episode 29.
You'll see so many like cool little Easter eggs that he put in there, and it's so awesome. Like once you know everything that happens, it's like, oh my god, like this guy's a genius. Because you like it's like stuff you completely miss. Like it's not stuff that you know where to look for. It's like you watch it back and you're like, oh, like it's cool. It's a cool experience. It's like it's the only show I've watched twice and got two different experiences like out of it, like completely different experiences. Because like you know what's gonna happen and like you appreciate it more because all that stuff was overlooked before, and it's already a great watch. And so it's like exponentially better now because you pick up on all the details. But
Then I'll have to rewatch it.
Definitely rewatch it again because that foreshadowing in that show is just like it's like constant too. It's like damn, you gotta like look in the backgrounds and like really pay attention to their facial expressions and stuff. It's masterful. I was so impressed.
Okay. I'll definitely watch it again. I mean, and on the topic of anime, what we all want to know, Royal, how is One Piece?
Dude, it's so garbage. Oh my god. It's so garbage. Dude, okay. So my favorite character is Zoro because he's like the swordsman of the group. He's like this, he has 3 swords on him and he's like this cool, like, he's very laid back and nonchalant. Like, he falls asleep and he's like funny. But he's like he's like the second strongest person on the team besides Luffy, right? And honestly, he might be able to beat Luffy because he has swords and Luffy doesn't. But basically, they're on a sea train, which is like a train that can go on the sea. Makes no sense, but we'll go with it.
Right.
They pass by this huge sea monster that's like cut in half, right? And like the only character that can cut like things that big and that durable is Zoro, but he didn't do it because he's on the train that's currently passing it. So you're like, oh, like who's like this swordsman that like can like that it says on Zoro's level, and they tell you it's like, oh, it's like this Navy captain because so the good guys from your perspective is kind of like Luffy because they're the main characters and they go around helping people. But since they're pirates, the Navy is like, you know, it's like the government that captures pirates and like gets like they're the bounty hunters and stuff. But they're technically bad even though they're like, you know, part of the justice system. They're technically bad from your standpoint. So there's this Navy captain, which is like, that's like, I've only seen one other captain in the Navy, and he no-diffed Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, and Robin, which is like the 4 strongest characters in the show. He no-diffed them because he can like freeze the whole ocean, and like he's like the ice guy. So if he touches you, like you just freeze. But I talked about this last time quickly on that. He no-diffed them, and then just left them, like just walked away. I was like, why introduce him? Like, just just delete that episode. There's no point of fighting that guy. Like, there's no point of seeing him. Like, why would you just tease me?
Right.
So that's instance number 1. So you're like, okay, who is this ship? Like, who's the swordsman that can like is on par with Zoro? They find him. He's called like the ship slasher or something. Zoro sees him, and Luffy's like, they're about like to all jump him, and Luffy's like, no, like let Zoro handle this, like swordsman versus swordsman. So you see Zoro like grab his swords, right? Yeah. And you see like the guy like winding up and about to swing his sword. He swings his sword, and like this blue like light attack goes at Zoro. You see Zoro pose like this, grabbing both his swords. And then you just hear like a shing, and then like the screen goes black, and it's like 2 white lines, right? It's like a flash. So you even see what happens, and then you just see like he's like he deflected it, and then like the guy just like Zoro does like one more thing, and like it like flashes again. So like you see no contact, you see like no actual fight. You just see like flashes, and then like the guy is like flying. So like Zoro like no-diffed him. It's like, dude, just like have the train just drive. Like, there's no point of introducing that character and getting us hyped for a Zoro fight. And, like, because the episode is titled Zoro versus Ship Stealer. Who's the best swordsman? I was like, all right, I got my popcorn. Like, I'm ready for this. And it was over in 30 seconds. It's like, dude, this is garbage. I'm pissed. I'm pissed because I was like, I'm going to bed, bro. I literally saw that fight and how it ended, and I made sure that was the end of the fight. So okay, like he might hop out the water and like attack him from behind or like something. Nah, episode ended and it's like they pick him out the water and he's like unconscious. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't even see what happened. So like I don't even know like Zoro's moves. And secondly, it's like that you just wasted another cool character that could have rivaled like Zoro. Like it's just so annoying. I hate that show so much. Twice they got me hyped to see Captain Admirals, and twice they were freaking they just bamboozled me. Freaking annoying, man. But I'm making good progress. I'm watching like an episode a day. So I think I'm on episode 300 right now.
And the goal's 400, right? Before it starts getting better.
Yeah. I will say, okay, so Water 7 was like the arc that was supposed to like change the One Piece game for me. It's a decent arc. Like I said, I don't know if I talked about this last time, but there's this Usopp and Luffy fight, and Luffy's the captain of the Straw Hats, and then Usopp is like one of the weakest members, but he has like gadgets and stuff. He's like kind of like Batman. He's kind of like Batman. So that fight was sick because you're seeing two Straw Hats, like two people on the same team, like fight for the first time, and Usopp was low-key piecing Luffy up like at the beginning of the fight, and I was getting hyped. I was like, oh, like he's actually challenging Luffy and like beating him, and so that was a cool moment. And then you have this whole like murder conspiracy thing because Robin, I don't even know, but like Robin basically helped these people out with the murder to guarantee the safety of the Straw Hats. But I'm thinking, honestly, bro, if you just fought with the Straw Hats against these people, you low-key could have beat them. Like, the Straw Hats are, like, they're strong as hell. And, like, your power is OP. Like, you can grow arms out of any surface. So, like, she can just, like, grow arms out of your back and, like, grab your neck and just break your neck. Like, that's her ability. God. Yeah, that's usually how she kills people. It's, like, she just, like, will grow an arm out of, like, their arm and, like, break their arm with the arm. And, like, she can, like, just tangle your body. It's like, I low-key don't see you losing to these people at all. And, like, one of the main people that she, like, was fighting against, he turns into a leopard. And, like, his power is cat fruit. And it's like, dude, everything in the show is lame as hell. Like, the designs are lame, the names are lame, like, everything is lame. And, like, y'all are really about to have me drop the show after I spent, like, so much time on it. Like, they just keep on messing up. It doesn't make sense. It's like John Morant. Like, how are you gonna flash the gun? How are you gonna get a suspension and take the L and then do it again? Like, what are you doing? Learn from your mistakes. It's so annoying. It's infuriating. But I'm on the second Game Changer arc, which is Ennie's Lobby. Everyone that I've ever talked to that likes One Piece, it's like, if you finish Ennie's Lobby and you still don't like the show, then I would drop it. So I'm like, okay, I'm on this last arc. I'm going to burn through this last arc, and if it sucks, then I'm finally free. I can watch another show. Because I can't, bro. I can't. I haven't been watching any shows just to finish this one. And so I'm almost there at my point, at my 400 mark. I got 100 more episodes to go. And, yeah. So in, like, probably, like, three more episodes of this podcast, I'll be at where I'm supposed to be with One Piece, and I can give you my final verdict of... It'll be crazy if I switch up and I'm like, yo, this show is goated. You don't know what just happened. Like, but I'm hoping that's the case, but they're gonna... I don't know, bro. They're down 3-0 right now. And, you know, they're about to get swept. So...
Oh, my God. Yeah, we're hoping that for you, too, bro, because you seem like you've been going through some struggle trying to watch this show.
Dude, it's so bad. Like... I'm watching the playoffs right now. I never watch sports, but I'm watching the playoffs, like all the games, just to get some like entertainment from watching something. It's so annoying. But
did you watch the game last night?
Yes, quickly on the playoffs. This I wanted to talk about this last point. First of all, the Warrior series, because we haven't touched on the Warrior series now that it's over.
We didn't.
I mean, I feel like Curry and Cleveland LeBron kind of switched places in that series. Like Curry was getting no help. There was that big game by Clay. I think that was game 4 or game 5.
I know it was towards the end, but I don't remember which.
I think it was game 4 because they won game 4 and then the Lakers won game 5. And then he disappeared in Game 6, where everyone thought he was gonna because Game 6 Clay is a thing, I guess. But yeah, they didn't really look, even though they blew out the Lakers twice, I think. They didn't look threatening. Like when I used to watch Golden State, I'm like, dude, there's no freaking way we're beating this damn team. Like, there's no way. And like now, right. It's just like they seem slow, and like everyone's missing their shots. And Curry had to carry, and I kind of feel bad for him, but also, hey, welcome to having no help. G, like this is how LeBron felt a couple times. So that was an okay series. I wasn't really invested in that one.
It was underwhelming.
Yeah, it was.
It was underwhelming. I thought it was gonna be so much better, like crazy, like games.
Yeah,
and
because
it was like blowouts.
Yeah,
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was very disappointed with how that series went. Obviously, we got the win, so I'm happy about that. But I was expecting a much tighter and much more difficult win against that team. Now, against this series, I like this. I feel confident in this series because we were down 20 the whole game. And we found something in that fourth quarter. We found that AD should be roaming the paint and not guarding Jokic. And what is his name? Hashimura or
Nakamura?
Something like
Hashimura? I know what you're talking about.
Hachimura or something like that. He was doing great. Austin Reeves was hitting some big shots, and then of course AD had the 40-point game. I felt LeBron had a triple-double, right? But it wasn't his normal like triple-double stats. Like he had like 26 points, I think. I think he had sub 30.
Okay.
Let's look. He had sub 30, but and Denver was shooting the lights out. So they have to shoot like that again. I think we're going to play better defense against their perimeter offense now that we know that their bench can hit some shots, but
they're hitting dumb shots, bro. Like,
they were, dude.
Literally, if they wouldn't have hit those shots, I think we damn near win the game.
Yeah,
they just hit stupid shots.
Yeah, they did. They had they had that Jokic buzzer beater over AD to end halftime, and then Murray hit one over LeBron. I think in the fourth quarter or third.
Murray hit 2.
Yeah, they had a lot, and then there was a lot of open. We gave up a lot of unnecessary threes, and I feel like if we eliminate that, then I think it's gonna be over. But I feel good about this because Jokic, he had an incredible game, and we still lost by what, 5?
Yeah, no, 6. 132-26.
We lost by 6. He had like 37 points, 21 rebounds, and like 16 assists or something like that.
Yeah, he had 34 points, 21 rebounds, 14 assists.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So he's gonna have to do that the whole series, and also Murray is gonna have to compliment him. I think the Lakers all around, because I feel like the starter versus starter, the Nuggets are better. So, like, I'm expecting to be down at halftime, but later in the game, we have so much, like, artillery off the bench that I was telling my dad the other day, I feel like this is the best, like, through and through roster that LeBron's ever played with. Because he's had Kyrie, obviously, but, like, after that, like, what, Kevin Love? Like, nah. Like... Like a full 5, I think this is his best full 5 that he's ever played with, because he has that co superstar in AD if he shows up, and then he has like Lonnie Walker's great. Hachimura was playing great defense on Jokic, and then they have one more that I'm forgetting. It's another big. Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt is a great defender, and then I like Schroeder too, and then Austin. They have good role players, and like LeBron, like I feel like that's a very dangerous combo with LeBron because he's so smart, and like he'll just tell players like, "Yo, this is what you're doing. I'm gonna get it to you. If they do this, then we're gonna do this." Like it's just like it's amazing. I feel very confident, and then I don't know who's gonna win the Celtics and Heat thing. Who's up right now?
They just played and Heat won.
The Heat won.
Beat Celtics. Yeah.
What was the score?
123-116.
Okay, and then who was home?
Who was home? I think it was the Celtics, no?
No way Jimmy Butler's 1v5ing right now.
Bro, he's going crazy.
Honestly,
what I was going to say to the LeBron thing, though, is his Miami team, low-key, might have been close with Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade.
Well, Ray,
I forget who else was on that team.
Ray Allen was out of his prime.
He was on his way out,
yeah.
but it was like...
And then so was Chris Bosh. And Dwayne Wade... No, Dwayne... It wasn't Wade's prime either, right?
He was probably like on his way out, on his foot out.
Yeah, so... And then even if they have a good four, like, they have no one off the bench.
Yeah, Celtics were home.
Like, you can rest LeBron now with this team. You can rest him. He doesn't need to play.
You feel safe?
I like that. I like that because we were down by 20 and we came back, and I feel like they hit a lot. They have like at least 15 lucky points. At least. And so I feel that was a way. I feel really I was looking at this loss, and my dad was watching like the last minute with me. And I was like, I'm not mad at this loss at all. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't, like, that's not a bad loss. Like, because, again, the Warriors blew us out, and we still beat them.
Very true, very true.
I feel like
and you have to consider the Mile High city.
I feel like AD roaming the paint, Jokic is going to have to deal with that. And I like that.
You got to stay healthy, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he does.
As soon as that... Bro, even in the Warriors, bro, when he got elbowed, everybody's gotten elbowed and gotten that, like, oh, dang. Like, hold on, give me a second. Like, yeah. But to leave the game, bro, are you, like, come on, bro. Like,
dude, my heart stops.
That's, like, frustrating.
My heart drops every time he falls over, dude. I'm like, oh, my God, please. But I feel super confident because LeBron, again, he didn't have a bad game, but, like, compared to LeBron's standards, I feel like he didn't dominate the way he usually does. And I feel like I was telling my friends that I feel like he's just feeling them out and like just gathering info, looking at tendencies and saving himself for, what's it called? Because I'm sure at this point he doesn't feel any pressure in the playoffs. Like, I'm sure he's like completely calm and completely comfortable with losing a game and, to gather information and to I don't know. I'm sure he's thinking of something because you could see like he wasn't trying to really take over the game like he usually does. Like against the Grizzlies, he was trying to take over the game because they talked crap to him. But for this one, you could tell that he's not gonna go 100% until game 6 or 7 or 5. So I feel like that's another factor that because they won. Because he was matched up against Murray for most of the game, and he was choosing, like, he drove on them sometimes, but he was choosing not to. I feel like in game 6, he's running through Murray every time because he can.
Right.
But he's like, you know what? Let me relax and not show my cards too soon. And, so, you know, I feel confident. I don't know why. But, yeah, I feel like I feel like it's Lakers in 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
I think LeBron's mind is a little elsewhere too. Like I feel you on saying like he's probably gonna wait till like game 5, game 6, but he's like, I feel like his brain right now, like granted, obviously he wants to win a championship. No, what player competitor doesn't? But
Yeah,
like he already hit the Lakers one, you know what I mean? Like he's like hit the one and all the he hit the Cleveland one, he hit the Miami one. So
yeah,
now like I feel like he wants to play with his son.
yeah,
So I feel like he's more worried about longevity. Like he's gonna give it his all when he needs to, you know. But like you said, like he's not about to do it like games 1 through 7. Like he's
yeah,
like I'm gonna wait till like I really have to and blah blah.
yeah,
But like I think right now he wants to play with his son and that's it. Like that's like it's gonna be his last like hoorah rah. Like another championship is obviously would be great and like put him higher in the goat talk and all that. But like
yeah,
I think him playing with his son is like his biggest priority over anything right now.
yeah. And I think if he wins this ring, I think the debate is over. It has to be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's over for me because I've been watching '90s basketball on YouTube and they suck. I'm sorry, like they suck. I think Jordan might even not even be top 5. Like this, I haven't seen anything special that like Harden or Kevin Durant or a bunch of players in today's league can do. Like
Right.
this man was creating 6 feet of space off of one dribble left and a pull up. Like, what? That's God, right? That's Black Jesus. Why are you giving him space in a playoff game? Like how?
Right.
But it's just yeah. I personally I don't see. Me and Caleb were just talking about this for hours yesterday about who's the GOAT, and he brought up the only thing that my dad's the same way. He thinks Jordan is, and the only thing they say is 6-0 in the finals and killer instinct. It's like, okay, I'm still taking someone that's been to the finals more and
Right.
been more effective in the finals, like the best finals like stats of all time. I'm still taking him and to build a team because also he has a better high IQ than Jordan does. So if I'm like
Right.
if I really want to guarantee a win and get the best all around player like can do everything, I'm taking LeBron. I have not seen a chase down block in Game 7 against an amazing team like LeBron does consistently. I have not seen
Right.
that. And it's not even like how Jordan does where he comes from behind. It's off the glass.
Right.
60% like above the halfway point, smacking it off the glass. Like literally volleyball spiking center shots like straight down into the floor. It's like, dude, this guy is Thanos. Like he is not even close. He has the most clutch time points in the playoffs. He has the most buzzer beaters in the playoffs. He has the most triple doubles. He's first in everything playoffs wise, except for like record. But he's been 10 times. He's been 10
Right.
times straight, bro. Like he has not missed a finals. It's like I don't know. So I'm hoping he wins this next ring because obviously I want like him to win in general. But I think if he wins this next ring, everyone's got to shut up. But I mean,
I agree.
Dirk Nowitzki, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, all of them were saying Jordan before, and then after this season, they all switched up. He's like, "Look, Scottie Pippen." Once Scottie Pippen said it, I was like, "That's all I need to hear. That is all I need to hear." Because that's Jordan. That's they were partners in crime, and if he's saying it, then that's all I need to hear. But you can watch their highlight reels back like side by side, and it's just, bro, the game back then was so garbage. Like these people sucked.
Someone brought up which was a really good point, is like at that time frame, like back then, it was like an expansion league. So they're like playing against like regular folks, and like now it's like people who are literally like out the womb. These fathers are putting basketball in their hands.
Yeah,
like and you're about to
even when they're in the NBA, they're in the gym every day, like training because that is the level of the game. Like you're telling,
right? Like you had Dennis Rodman who was drunk like 24/7. Like,
dude,
you think he would be able to play now, bro? No shot.
There's no shot. And you can see that where James Harden was like, "Yo, can I go to Vegas during the series?" Next game, he drops 8 points. It's like you can't do that anymore. You cannot. You cannot do that anymore. Like it's not the same. And that's what a bunch of old heads were saying too. It's like, bro, these people in the 90s and 80s, they were like on drugs. Like they were not in the gym like hustling
Drinking
and
at halftime.
yeah, and dieting and dietitians and like all like nutritionists and like vitamins and like all this stuff just because they have a 6'8", 260 man that they have to guard the next day. It's like they have, it's not the same at all, and like it's not even close. It's not even like, oh yeah, he was good. If you put Jason Tatum and back then, he is dropping 40 all the time. If you put Kevin Durant back then, he is top 2 players all like for his whole career. You put anybody,
bro, that man is beating.
You're telling who's guarding him? Charles Barkley? Get the heck out of here, bro!
Larry Bird?
You're Dennis Rodman. Oh yeah, the defense was so rough back then, bro. Doing hard fouls does not mean you're a good defender. And my dad was like, yeah. I mean, it's just like the defense is like so much worse today. It's like you're allowed to get away with carries and like travels now. I was like, wait. So if there's less limitations on the offensive player, then that makes it harder on the defensive player. Whereas if there's limitations on the offensive player, you get away with certain defensive plays because they traveled or they carried and it was called. If they're not, if that is now being overlooked, you have to defend them through and through more often because they're not calling those violations anymore as much. Right. And a carry is one of the most like deceiving things in basketball. Like if you hezi, like most hezis are carries. Like if you literally like the hesitation is one of the most, especially with someone like if Kevin Durant is going like this, I am jumping. Like it's Kevin Durant. Right. He's about to make that shot. So like and if he doesn't really want to shoot that, he's just gonna go by me and dunk on someone. He's 7 foot. Like what do you really think someone's gonna guard that? Like 1v1, who's better, Larry Bird or KD? Like, are you dead serious? Larry Bird is in the freaking
a stick in the mud, bro.
He's not making the league today. He is not making the league, and especially not being dominant. Like you put Giannis, you put Kevin Durant, you put any big on today on Larry Bird, anybody, dude, he's getting a shot blocked every single time. Bro, every time. And like you have these 7-footers that shoot threes now, like Jokic, bro. If you put Jokic back then, oh my gosh, like he's scoring 70 points. Like it's just not fair. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. For me, it's since Miami, he's been the best to me. Like it's just not even. It just seems just like unfair when you watch him play. It's like, dude, this is disgusting because people are literally grabbing his shoulders and like pulling him down, and he's like still getting and ones. It's like, oh, he's not surviving the 90s roughness. Dude, he's 6'8", 260. Name a second player that was that like weight and that height back then, because Dennis Rodman was 6'8", but all the coke and crap he made him probably like 210. LeBron is running through him. He's running through him. Even at 38, he's running through him. Like this.
Dennis Rodman had no offense. Like
so annoying, bro.
The rebounder,
literally,
like that was it.
I was like, Dad, you need to watch 90s basketball again, and like with an unbiased eye, and really think about like, is this the same level as today? And then get back to me. And if you really do think it is, then I just know never to talk to you about this topic again because you're biased. Like, it's not even close. Like, not even close. You have all these white guys running around getting, like, stumbled by a one dribble left pull-up. Like, that was the game winner. He literally, that big shot where Jordan's, like, jumping in, like, the playoffs. Catches, dribble, on the free throw line, shot. Bro, you know who else is getting away with that? Damian Lillard from 58 feet out. Like it's the same thing. It's just harder. Like that is not That's like the most iconic shot ever, but Damian Lillard has shut out teams back to back to back like that multiple times in his career. It's just like, bro, that's normal now. Like that is so normal. And I was like, dude, first of all, at least 2 of LeBron's rings were stolen by KD when he went to the Warriors. So
right.
low key, he would have more than Jordan by now if KD never did that, because they're 73-9, the best team in history, and then you add Kevin Durant to it. Like, nobody is beating that. Like, the Olympic team might not even beat that team. Like, that team was ridiculous. You put Jordan. You can even put the Bulls. I'll be fair. Put the Bulls against that team. They are losing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're losing. And then if you switch out Jordan on the Cavaliers team, they are definitely losing. They are 100% losing. You have your biggest big is 6'6". Like, that's the biggest player on your team. Like, you're losing. And okay, Jordan shuts down Curry because he's this 8th all-time defender of the league or whatever the crap. Like, of course he was. Like, he was the only person playing defense. But we'll just scratch that.
Right.
Okay? He locks down Curry. Say he locks down Curry. Who's gonna guard Clay? Pippen or Draymond or Rodman. Okay, cool. Who's gonna guard Iguodala? Okay, who's gonna guard? And then so now you have Pippen on Clay, Jordan on Curry, and then Rodman on probably Draymond. Guess what? You still have 7-1 KD to worry about. Who's gonna guard him? Steve Kerr. Get out of here. He's dropping 70. Like, you're losing. You're losing. You know, they're either gonna they have 4 people that can just catch and shoot and like just make threes all day. You're not beating that team. I am so sorry. You're not, because 3 points is more than 2, and you have no 3-point shooters. None. Jordan was your best, and he's garbage from 3. Freaking pisses me off, dude.
You are correct. And another good example that I had heard at work was that they're like, like AI's most iconic moment of him stepping over.
Yeah.
Homie, he's stepping over Tyronn Lue. Like, who's that?
Yeah, I've never heard that name before. Like,
whereas LeBron is literally blocking Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of like comparison, it's
LeBron has a 1.5-minute mixtape of just Steph Curry blocks. Just him, and he's the best point guard of all time. It's like, what? He's like, you're telling me the person that changed the game and the most revolutionary player, you have a minute? Imagine, like, hey, yo, check this video out. It's just you blocking him for a minute. In the finals! Like, it's not even regular season. It's in the finals. Like, it's so disgusting. It makes no sense. It's like, dude, what are we even talking about? I don't know. That's the main reason I'm hoping he wins this, because I feel like everyone has to shut up if he wins this ring at 38 years old. And then also if he gets the finals MVP, what are we talking about? Man, it's 38. Yeah. Like, where was Jordan at 38? On the frickin' Timberwolves, like, doing nothing? Like, bro, come on. So what are we talking about here?
Oh my, yeah, no, I agree. I definitely have LeBron as all around number 1. Like, if you want to break it down into like Killer Instinct, okay. If you want to break it down into whatever, but like, if you're to say all around in all categories, bro, how do you not give it to this man?
It doesn't make any sense. Like, that's the thing too, is I'm willing to give Jordan the better offensive player. Like, whatever. Even if you want to put him in, he's the most clutch ever. I want the ball in his hands in the last seconds. Sure, LeBron has the most clutch points and the most buzzer beaters, but I'll give you those arguments. What about on defense? What about when the game's tied and you have 30 seconds to go and you need a block on a layup? Would you rather have LeBron trying to block it or Jordan? Like, be honest, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I'd rather have a player that is slightly behind Jordan on offense, but is way ahead of him in passing, IQ, and defense. So, like, you get, like, the trade-off is, like, yeah, you get -2 on offense, but you get +5 in 3 other stats. Like, it's just, like, like, what are you talking about? He can guard all 5 positions. Jordan's not guarding a center or a power forward effectively. Maybe as a help defender, but 1v1, he is not guarding a Charles Barkley or a Jokic or whatever effectively. LeBron is just big enough to where he can guard.
He can handle himself.
He can guard point guards. He can guard shooting guards. He can guard center. Any player that you need LeBron to guard, he can guard. So he's a better defender. He just is.
At least for a possession. Like, even if you need him the whole game, but like if you needed to have like a lockdown possession, like, you got him.
Like, how many times do you see people switching, like, LeBron to get LeBron onto them because he's a bigger, like, nobody wants LeBron guarding them. Like, as soon as LeBron is in front of you, you're like, dude, get this ball out of my hand. Like, I don't want this. This man's gonna send this to the 5th row. Like, I don't want this. But it's just, it's just disgusting, dude. Like, I've never seen a player that can just run through 3 people, dunk it. They try to fast break. He sprints across the court and slaps it across the backboard. It's like, dude, you just dominated them on defense, and then you're just gonna like dominate them again back to back. Throw it down, they lob it, and he just slams. It's like, dude, who is this guy? Who is he? It's like, this is the most unfair creature that has ever been spawned. Like, who is this?
Oh my god! No, you are 100% correct. 100% correct. I have nothing to disagree with you on, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm rooting for my man. The Lakers look good. I'm excited for the series.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, honestly, the Nuggets look good too. So it's fun to watch. Jamal Murray was balling. Jokic was balling.
Like, how do you, bro? Prime example. How do you be on the opposite team and score a basket over LeBron James? He gives you a thumbs up, and you give him one back.
Yeah.
Bro, anybody else, you're like,
yeah.
Like, I don't give a damn about your thumbs up. You're like, yeah, thank you. You go. Yeah, thank you.
I like that part, bro. And then AD, you see when AD was like looking at Jokic at that buzzer beater, Jokic goes like, bro, it's so cool. I like this. I like this matchup, and I think these are going to be 2 teams to really. I think it's like true basketball this time, because you get that, you have that 3-point threat that you get, but it's not all. It's mostly like passing, especially with Jokic. He's mostly a passer and like fundamentalist rather than just like shooting threes and stuff like that. And I feel like the Lakers play the same way because they're more of a role playing team. So I'm very excited for the series, but I think it's Lakers in 6, maybe 7, but I think it's in 6. We got to see. Next game will obviously be if they go up 2-0, then it'll probably go to game 7, but I feel like we're going to tie it up with this one as long as AD stays healthy and shows up again. Starting 5 needs to be LeBron, AD, Hachimura, or whatever his name is. What is it? LeBron, AD, Hachimura, Schroeder, and Austin Reeves. D'Angelo needs to come off the bench.
I can't stand how he plays.
Dude, I
can't stand how this man plays.
Bro, he had like what, 8 points, I think.
Bro, he probably has to be the only person in the NBA who's played alongside Kobe and LeBron and thinks that he deserves the ball more than them. Like, it makes no... Like, I saw him once. LeBron was coming down with the ball, and he was, like, calling for it, and then, like, he didn't get it, and he literally threw his arms up. And I remember him doing the same thing when he was with Kobe. And everybody's like, bro, you think the ball's better in your hands?
Yeah. Dude, there's one shot. He shot a 3, and, like, it was, like 2 feet to the right. I was like, did that get tipped? And when I watched the replay, and like it was not even close to getting tipped. It's like, dude, how are you missing that bad? Like, you're a star player supposedly. Like, how are you missing that? Like, hit the rim. Like, there's no way.
He plays so nonchalant, like he doesn't care, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate when players play like too cool for school. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like this ugly loose. Like, you know, when people play like nice loose. Like, it's like an ugly loose, and you're like, bro, if you would have stayed in your shot, you probably would have made it. Yeah. But you're already like backing away, like on some weak shit, bro. Like, bro, please sit down.
Yeah, he's super hit and miss, and we do not need that. We do not need that at all. We need to start like this, and if we're comfortable, put him in, and if he sucks, take him out and just not play him. Like, we don't need that inconsistency.
It's not that big of a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel good. Lakers in 6, and then big news for my family is the Spurs got Victor Wembanyama, bro. So we are winning chips now. We are winning chips. We got the best player probably in history after LeBron retires, and so. Yeah, we're my dad freaking screamed, bro. He was because he was watching the draft in the yellow room. Bro, he was yelling, dude. He was like let's go. I was like, what the heck is happening? I thought this man like won a Tesla or something. And he's like, Royal, you know who Victor Wembanyama is? I was like, yeah. He's like, the Spurs just got him as the first pick. And I was like, no way. He's like 7'6" shooter. And yeah, we're finally looking good, bro, because it's been dry for us. It's been so dry.
It has been. It has been. I'm interested to see, what happens. You know what they say about that first pick curse a little bit. Like, you either do really, really well or you do really, really bad. Like, there's no, like, in between first pick. Like, you're either, like, killing or you're, like, out of the league at this point.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're 6 inches taller than everyone, like, it would be pretty easy. Like, there's no hand in it.
But then you have, like, somebody like Jokic or LeBron who are big, too, and are literally freaking checking you in your ribs, and now your skinny ribs are breaking, and you're like, oh, now I'm out with an abdominal strain. Like, so that thing's gonna matter.
He does need to put on a little bit of armor, but also if he puts on too much, he's more injury prone, right? Because of his height.
Yeah, so like that's why it's like, I'm sure he's hurting, bro. You're not that tall, and you're not hurting. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Everybody wants to be tall. Let me tell you guys, they're in pain. They're literally in pain. Their knees hurt, their wrists hurt, their back hurt. They're too big for normal humans, bro. Yeah. Okay, except be glad your 5'7" body is happy. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really, because you start getting that the bones are like too like weak to carry all that muscle mass. Because when your arm is 3 feet long and muscular, it's like, bruh, like I can't hold this up. Like my bones are breaking under my own weight. It's just But I honestly, I don't want him to win any chips as long as LeBron is in the league, anyways. So I'm comfortable with them losing for a couple more years and getting a full roster in, and then just going to town, man. I'm excited for that. So yeah, it's been a great week for me, man. The king is doing some damage. Lakers are looking good, and then the Spurs are finally not looking like the worst team in the league anymore. So
great news, because they haven't looked like anything since the trio. Actually, Kawhi. Kawhi was probably like their last little flutter of light.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep, and then he left us. But yeah, I feel so bad for my dad, bro, because he's been watching every Spurs game, and they just suck, man, and they just get blown out every time.
That's a hurt.
I was like, Dad, why do you watch this? He's like, I mean, it's my team, like
True fan. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but all right, well. I think that concludes. This is a hour and 50. I think this is our longest episode.
This might have been. We were locked in, and I didn't even bring up the topic that I needed. We were good to go.
Oh shoot!
Is it for next week?
It's a pretty lengthy topic.
It's for sure lengthy.
All right, yeah. Pin it for next week. Watch either Guardians or a David Fincher movie, or honestly whatever movie you feel, but I want to hear your thoughts on movies, and then we'll have games to talk about basketball wise, and we don't mean to be a basketball podcast. We're just we both love basketball, and it's the playoffs right now, so we're gonna talk about it. Especially because LeBron is in it, and Jimmy Butler is another great player I like is in it. The Celtics are in it. Yeah, the Celtics are in it, which is another team I like, and I'm not mad. Honestly, out of the 4 teams right now, I'm not mad at whoever wins, to be honest. Obviously, I want the Lakers to win, but I'm not mad whoever gets this chip of the Final Four. So, it's after the finals you'll see us stray away from basketball, but right now it's basketball season, bro. It's we're locked in. But that'll conclude episode 3 of Leeroy's Getaway, guys. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with us to the end. Quick thing, Lily, do you still want to switch our days to Tuesday?
I would.
Do you want to start that? You want to start that next week?
That would be good. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to start 7:30 Tuesdays.
I'll get back to you on that. But it should be good. It
Okay.
depends on, yeah, we'll get back to you.
We should be around the same time frame. We're just gonna move it to Tuesday because it's easier on Lily's schedule. But you just check my story, her story. I'll post on the day, and yeah. But we're gonna move it to Tuesday, so don't be expecting it on Wednesday next week. But yeah, that's it for us tonight, guys. We will see you tomorrow or next Tuesday. And be safe out there, guys.